It's hard to believe that we've already finished with the first month of summer. It just doesn't feel possible, and doesn't really feel like I've played that much this month. I think the month has just been a bit busier than normal, and I've also been playing some old favorites a bit more this month, so it has made my game playing a bit less varied than the last couple of months. However, it is that time again to see what I have been playing over the past month. We'll start with games that I completed. Even though I didn't feel like I got through as many games as I did in May, I did complete one game this month, and that game is Concrete Genie. You'll notice that it was a carryover from last month that I was playing it through the story, and I was able to finish and platinum the game at the start of the month. I continue to really enjoy this game, but I also admit that the last third or so of the game was a bit different in tone and gameplay than the first parts of the game, and while I maybe didn't enjoy that part quite as much as the earlier parts, it did kind of make sense with the way that the story was going, and you'll definitely be seeing Concrete Genie as a recommendation here on the channel in the not too distant future. While I did complete a game, I don't have a lot of story games that I'm actively playing right now that are going to be games that I'm soon to complete necessarily. I only really have one game, and that doesn't even really have a lot of story, but it does kind of have some, so I am sticking it here, and that is Katamari Damacy REROLL. Now, Katamari Damacy REROLL is a slightly updated re-release of Katamari Damacy that was released in 2004 for the PlayStation 2. It's a strange game if you know about it, and the story isn't really very deep, but it kind of has one again, so as I said, I'm including it here because I don't really know where else I would have stuck it. If you're unfamiliar with the game, it's, again, wacky and weird, where the king of all cosmos has knocked all the stars out of the sky while intoxicated and has enlisted his tiny son, the prince, to roll things up on Earth with his Katamari, a big ball-like thing to make new stars. It's a crazy concept, but it's quite a bit of fun. I do kind of wish it was a bit more updated with the re-release because there are some frustrating controls and mechanics that kind of come from the dated game, but I have still been enjoying playing this game and remember just how much I enjoyed the Katamari series of games. It's honestly kind of a series that I'm surprised there hasn't been some kind of alternate version of, like taking some of the mechanics from the Katamari games and putting them into, you know, a different indie type of style of game. For those who have been watching these videos the last couple months, you may notice that Ashen is missing from the list this month. I haven't given up on it, it's just I hadn't gotten to it this month. I do still plan to try it again at some point. I'm hoping this month I'll make sure to make a point to play it a little bit more. I just didn't get to it this month, and I've honestly just been kind of struggling trying to feel up to playing that one. So the next games are games that I've been playing online. Now these games are ones that don't really have much of a story or at least need to be online to go through them. These are exactly the same as last month's games, so I won't spend a lot of time on them, but I'll kind of go through what I've been playing. The first is Fortnite. There's a new season this month, and I've been enjoying playing through the Vibin season so far. It's been maybe a little bit mixed. Like some of the skins in the Battle Pass haven't been my favorite, some of the guns haven't been my favorite, but I've still been enjoying the new season. I've liked some of the new locations, the reality saplings, the glowy aesthetic that's been going on with the season, and kind of even really lately, the changing location, I don't know what you'd exactly call it, aesthetics, like the designs, like some of the locations have really been kind of switching off and on, like how they look. So that's been kind of cool too. The second game that I've been playing online has been Splitgate. Splitgate also started a new season this month, which involved a whole new matchmaking system being implemented into the game and a visual upgrade for one of their maps called Abyss. So I've been playing this a bit more than what I did last month to work through the Battle Pass, complete challenges, and try to make sure I complete that before the season ends. The third game I've been playing online has been Brawlhalla. I'm still playing a round or two off and on in order to get my 3 characters leveled up to level 25. It's been really slow work. It's really kind of grindy to get those levels up to that, and honestly I've been kind of struggling, oh, do I even really want to go for it? Is it really worth getting that trophy with all this work? But I've still been going for it. I'm so close in some ways. I've got a couple people already in the 20s and one really close to being in the level 20, but it's just such slow, grindy work that, yeah, we'll see whether I'm able to actually keep on this one for that trophy or not. The fourth game is Gems of War. In Gems of War this past month, I've been working on some delves, which are kind of like dungeons you have to clear. There's cities that are in kind of this underground area of the map, and they have like dungeons where you go and fight a battle at each of these little things in each dungeon to try to clear it and get like treasure and rewards. So I've been doing that this month. It's pretty fun. It can get pretty challenging as you level up the dungeons you go. If you beat one, you're able to go to like higher level dungeons. So it's been kind of tough getting some of the higher level ones, but I've still been able to get through most of the ones I've tried. So that's been good. And the last online game that I've been playing this month has been Bloons TD6. I've been continuing to play it, trying to get some medals on maps on my own, but I've also played some co-op with family a couple times the past month. month, so that's been a lot of fun. I just put a recommendation video up for this last week, so feel free to check it out if you want to know more about Bloons and why I really enjoy the game and why I think you should check it out. So the last category this month are what I call endless games. They are games that don't really have a set endpoint, games that I enjoy playing regardless of whether I have trophies to get or not. And the first of these is Terraria. With summer, I started playing a new Terraria world with my kids. It's kind of something that we have been known to do over the summer, where we start a new world or play an old world and just kind of enjoy playing some Terraria together. For those who may not know what Terraria is, it's a kind of, 2D RPG sandbox game. I guess that would maybe be the best kind of way to describe it. It tends to be described as 2D Minecraft, which is really a vast oversimplification. I actually prefer Terraria over Minecraft in many ways. There are more enemies, there's more weapons and armor, and just an overall better sense of progression as well. As tons of things for you to be able to craft and create and decorate with. Like, it's just a 2D versus a 3D world. Minecraft's maybe a little bit more chill in some ways, although creepers and things like that don't exactly make it chill. So I don't really know about that, but I really do enjoy Terraria. As I said, Terraria tends to be a game that we play together when kids are off on break. We've also played it together as our whole family. We just haven't been able to do that because one of the recent updates, I can't remember whether it was 1.4 or not, the online split screen for consoles hasn't been working, so we haven't been able to do that together as a family. And it's also the first time I've played it since the 1.4 update that I just mentioned came out for consoles, so there's been a lot of new things for me to see, and I've been enjoying starting a new world with those, even though we're only scratching the surface. We haven't even gotten past some of the early bosses yet to get it into like a hard mode where you unlock more bosses and more enemies and more just everything pretty much. The second endless game that I've been playing this month has been Super Auto Pets. Now, I recommended Super Auto Pets as one of my earliest Gold Star Games videos, but I hadn't really been playing it recently. This month changed that, and I realized that it had received a rather large update as well. Another expansion pack of pets was released that was even larger than the first expansion pack. So it also added a weekly pack that randomizes all the pets and food items for the game, whether, from the base game, the first expansion, or the second expansion, and allows you to use those free weekly pack items regardless of whether you have the expansions purchased or not. So it was a fun way to play the game, enjoy getting to see some of the new pets and food in action. As I haven't bought either of the expansion packs, I really should, because I do enjoy the game quite a bit. But it was a lot of fun to kind of get back into this, and I realized why I enjoyed it so much. It was easy to kind of sit and play for a lot longer than I was necessarily intending to right away. So it still has that addictive one more round kind of feel, and I still really enjoy Super Auto Pets. So that's what I've been playing for June of 2022. I felt like I just didn't have quite the amount of games going on this month, at least compared to last month. But I guess with summer starting, as well as some new seasons starting and some of the online games I play, I guess that just kind of happens. Enough about what I've been playing. What have you been playing? Are you playing new releases, games out of your backlog, some old favorites, or a variety of games this month? I'd love to hear from you in the comments about what games you've been playing lately. Thanks for taking a look at this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and if you did, I put out recommendations and other video game content like this every week. So if you did enjoy it, you can subscribe, keep up with any new releases that I put out. That's all for this month, and I hope that you guys are all having a lot of fun playing the games that you've played, and we will see you next time.